So today we've got this Zanolli synthesis oven, the conveyor oven, and we're going to do two things. One, we're going to look into changing the drive motor for the conveyor, and two, if the drive motor is noisy, we're going to have a look at making it quiet. And it's mainly the gearbox that's noisy. So inside, we're just going to start the oven and check the noise. That's the drive motor going. It's a bit difficult to hear the noise, but if you can, that's it. And we will see the difference when we pack the grease into the gearbox. So first of all, we turn the oven off, disconnect the power. We're going to take a pen, make life easy for ourselves, and we're just going to draw around where the motor was connected, so we don't have to think about anything. It's going to go back in the same spot. So it's a 13 mil nut. So we will disconnect the drive. Disconnect the drive. Be careful, that'll fall off when we take the motor out. Okay. So now we're just going to cut the cable ties. These are the two leads for the motor. Get rid of the cable ties. This is the encoder, so we'll just disconnect that. And these are the power leads for the motor, and we'll just put a mark on which one's which so that we put it back and it's running in the same direction. And we disconnect that. Get our 13 mil. And we'll just take them out. So, remove the top and the bottom nut. And the washer that goes along with it. The bottom. The top. Washer. Washer. Remove the motor. We're going to remove the clutch and that's good, the key's in there firm so it's not going to fall out. So we'll put that there. Put that screw out of the way. Get a clean piece of paper so we've got a clean work surface. So on the front flange we've got 4 Allen keys. We're going to remove them. We're going to make life for ourselves easy. We're going to mark the orientation so everything just goes back the same way and we don't have to think. Move the Allen keys, put them aside. Flange, put that aside, and we've got keys. So we're gonna same as again, we're gonna mark everything so that it all goes back the same way.
Just for the viewers, Derek, your
Point to the front, point to the front, point to the front, point to the front.
this is for refilling the oil, correct? You're doing
This
that?
is to re-grease
An
the
existing
planetary
motor.
gearbox.
Okay.
The motor doesn't usually make noise, it's the gearbox that makes the noise. So when it's noisy,
This is a maintenance.
as long as it's not broken and it's just noisy and it runs steadily, especially if it's fairly new. Some of them just don't have enough grease in, and after they've run a small amount of time, the grease moves out of the planetary gears and it just becomes noisy. So what we're going to do is we're going to chuck a heap of grease in, keep it quiet, and it will last longer. And we've loosened the 4 Allen keys. We just twist this off. So because we've marked everything, it's all going to go back again in the same way. Screws are falling out. Other side. So that's a planetary gearbox. And we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have to fill 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what we'll do is just we've got the sticker holding it together, so we just need to cut the sticker to break that apart and cut. So we've got our knife now. We're just going to cut the sticker so we can pull everything to pieces. So, come out carefully. So we've got all our planetaries and we dropped one. So we've got 2 planetary missing. One is inside and one fell on the floor. I'll just get that. Make sure it's clean. We're going to put the gear back on here. We'll take the other gear, place that here, remove that, put that there. Okay. So we're going to take some grease. This is just, it's just an extreme pressure grease. This is one with moly in it. Wheel bearing grease, and make sure it's a high temperature. But any extreme pressure grease like wheel bearing grease or something will be fine. This has got moly in it, so it's a little bit better. So what we want to do is, that's our seal there. So we're just going to put some grease here without having it fall to pieces and push it in everywhere. We've got that full. So we're going to get our outer housing ready and just have to line up the teeth. Then line it all up. And if it doesn't line up, just hold the end of the shaft, turn it so the teeth engage. We may have to remove some of the grease here. Put that aside. So that's that. Get a rag. Off. So we can line up our sticker again. So that's the way it was. And we'll just put a bit more, pack that with more grease. Okay. Just one edge. and then that's going to go back together. So now we're ready to put it in. The grease has lost our marks there. We've still got a mark there. Sticker lines this up with this. Our mark there. So just going to engage the gear into the rear planetary gears. We got that. Take our liner up. Take our screws. There's one, so the sticker's lined up. We're virtually there. We might have to move it around a bit. That's it. So that's one screw in, so the other should be easy. 2, 3. So we tighten these up. There we go round and tighten them all evenly so we're not twisting anything. That's that. And now we just do the final torque. So that's that one. That one. That one. That one. Then we check it again. That's that. That's that. That's that. That's that. The gearbox has become noisy because there's not that much grease in there, and after it starts it pushes the grease out into places that don't contact the gears, but because we've packed it full there'll always be grease in contact with the gears and the planetary housing. So now we're going to put this back together. We lost our mark because of the grease, but we remember that this was up and we got it marked that it was up, so put our screws in. So we're just going to tighten up our screws. We've got them all in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and we check we're tight. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now it's time for the motor to go back in. We take our clutch or coupler, put that on there, and make sure we don't catch any wires in here behind that thing. And because we've marked where the plate goes, we can have it in the same spot without too much trouble. And if you don't put those marks, you'll have to go around the other side and line up the shaft with the shaft from the conveyor, and make sure we'll just go around the other side. So if you don't have those marks, probably the best idea is to get a coupler onto the shaft, and then the motor will be held in the right position, which is where we were before. So I'll just get my spanner and my ratchet. And we tighten up the bolts like this tight. Tighten up that one. We're going to connect up our encoder. Make sure it's the right way around. plugs in. Take out power lead. So we head this mark to this mark. So we know we're going to go in the same direction. We don't have to bother mucking around. And all you have to do is test it, make sure it's all running again, and that'll be it. And we'll just test it and see if it's that much quieter. So we've got our motor installed. We're now just going to check it and see if there's a reduction in noise. You can see our plate is in the same position. So we'll turn the oven on, turn the conveyor on, and then I don't know if you can hear it, but it's a lot quieter. There's no chatter from the teeth. And our conveyor is running. It's running in the right direction, the same as before. Everything's fine. That's job's finished.